Hello friends, and welcome to a lecture on operation research. Today we will learn how to solve a linear programming problem using Microsoft Excel. For this, we will use the Excel solver. The solver is usually available in data, and under data you will find it in the right. That is, you will find solver here. Well, if you haven't installed it, you can go to add-ins and install the solver. Now let's get back to solving the problem. First, we make a note of what are the variables we have. So the variables are x1, x2, x3 and x4. So let's come here and write down the names of the variables. x1, we type x1 here. Get the cursor here so that we get the cross sign here and just drag it to get the names of our variables. Now we note down the coefficients of the objective functions. So for that we write coefficient and -2, 1, -4 and 3. Now we assume values for x1, x2, x3 and x4 to calculate the initial starting value of the objective function. So I'll assume a value of 1 and I'll calculate the value of the objective function. For this, just come here, write equal to, write sum product, select the array of the coefficients, comma, and select the array of the variables. Enter. Now for the assumed values of x1, x2, x3 and x4, we have got the value of the objective function. Now let us note the coefficients of our constraints. The constraints are given here. So let us note it down. So we write here constraints and we note down the coefficients. So for equation number 1, it's 1, 1, 3 and 2. For equation number 2, it's 1, 0, -1 and 1. For the third constraint, it is 2, 1, 0 and 0. And for the fourth constraint, it is 1, 2, 3 and 2. Now we note down the sign of the constraints. So we leave a column and come here. And we note down less than equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and in double quotes, equal to. Well, if we put equal to here, it might assume, Excel might start assuming that there's a formula going to come here just to prevent that. Now we note the maximum value of the constraints. So it's 4, -1, 2 and 2. Now for the assumed values of our variables, we calculate the value of our constraint equation. So that's going to be equal to, and it's sum product, select the coefficients of the constraint, put a comma, and select the value of the variables. Close it. Now once again, take your cursor and select the value of the variables, that is the address of the variables, and press function F4. So that will make this reference absolute and press enter. Now go ahead, select the value 7 and drag it down. Well, now we have calculated the value of the constraint equations for our assumed value of variables. Now to get the final value of variables, let's first select the cell with the objective function value. Go to solver. Now we need to maximize it. So select max. Then afterwards, select the variables array. Now add the constraints. So let's add the constraints one by one. The first constraint is 7. That is the value of constraint equation number 1 should be less than equal to, select 4, click add. Now again select the second equation, select greater than equal to, and select the cell with the value, maximum value. Click add. Again select the cell for the third constraint and then less than equal to and the value. Click add. And finally we completed this off with the fourth equation or the fourth constraint. So this is going to be equal to, and click add, and we click cancel. Now we have all the constraints. Now let's go here and take simplex LP and click solve. So as we can see here, we have got the value. It is 0, 0, 0 and 1. So the maximum value of the set of equations or the objective function is 3, with x4 being 1. That's the maximum value that we can get. So that was all about how we solve a linear programming problem in Microsoft Excel using Solver. Hope you have liked this lecture. If yes, click like and subscribe my channel, and do share this lecture with all your friends. Goodbye friends. Have a great time.